Hey you guys, just a quick update on German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and his visit to Beijing to meet with President Xi Jinping. The pair held talks inside the Great Hall of the People today, and Scholz, who has served as Germany's Chancellor since December last year, has become the first European leader to visit Xi Jinping following the 20th National Party Congress. Despite Western media ramping up his visit as a chance to berate President Xi on so-called human rights abuses and other issues, Scholz actually seems to be signalling that he's open to continued close ties with China, much to the chagrin of many in the West who feel pressured to follow the US's claim that they'll decouple. The Chancellor penned a piece for Politico, which was published yesterday, and details his thinking behind the Beijing visit. To be honest, he actually sounds quite fair and open-minded. At one point, he even mentioned a term that sends shivers down the spines of Washington's elites: multipolar world. Oh. He said when talking about Asia, Africa, and Latin America, "It is here that new centres of power are emerging in a multipolar world, and we aim to establish and expand partnerships with all of them." Now, for those of you who don't quite know what the term multipolar world means, it refers to a world where power is distributed among a group of states and not concentrated within just one or two. Currently, the world is seen as heavily unipolar, with much power resting with the US and its Western allies. It's widely believed that we are fast moving towards a multipolar world, where nations like India, China, Russia, and others are given more say. Scholz is under great pressure from forces in Germany, the European Union, and the wider Western world to be tough on China during this visit, but his piece in Politico puts across a more balanced, nuanced, and reasonable approach to Germany's relationship with China. Instead of decoupling, Scholz seeks to continue building close ties between the two countries, while ensuring that there are no strategic dependencies at the same time. This is, of course, completely reasonable and diplomatic. He speaks of China's dual circulation model, which is basically where China's working hard to boost and grow its domestic markets in order to have less reliance on other states. Now, many Western governments took that as a sign that Beijing was seeking to close off from the outside world, but that's far from accurate. President Xi's already stated very clearly the importance of openness and strong international relationships. In fact, China will release this year's World Openness Report tomorrow here in Shanghai, which will detail ways the world can move forward following such challenges as COVID-19 to ensure global manufacturing and financial openness, new areas of digitization, green development, and overall world openness. I'll be at the report release event tomorrow, so I'll bring you guys an update on that ASAP. Scholz does make a few missteps in his Politico piece, for example, falling back on the Xinjiang trope. But again, it's important to recognise that he has to include references to these kinds of things to appease his critics back home and in the States. He mentioned that diplomacy and international relations includes not avoiding difficult issues and discussions with one another. These include respect for civil and political liberties, as well as the rights of ethnic minorities, for example in Xinjiang province. By the way, Xinjiang is not a province, it's an autonomous region, but I'll let the Chancellor off just this one time. I seriously recommend you guys go and read Scholz's piece in Politico, since it's direct from the source and free from the usual manipulation that news reporters tend to use in their stories. I'll include the link below this video. And that's it for today, you guys. I'll be attending China's 5th International Import Expo from tomorrow, so I'll aim to bring you guys a couple of reports from there whenever I come across something interesting. Don't forget to hit like as always and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.